Hey guys, what's going on? It has been a while. I need to clean my glasses here for a second. So let me go down the list here. Crazy. Thanks for hopping in, man, and being the first to chat, man. Hope your day's going well. Melissa Bonsai. Hope you're doing well as well. So guys, it's been a while. Man, when was the last time I streamed? Probably in April, not April, February, right? February, March, something like that. It was one of the prior interviews, so I can't remember, man. It's been crazy, guys. I got so much to catch up on before we get started. Okay, I was gonna make sure. I guess it's not super early. Yeah. Which I mean, it was fine if it would have been and whatnot. So, hey, Cobra Kai rap from 2000. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, what's been up, man? A lot of different things have been happening. So after my last interview, which was with Nate, um, I've been kind of prepping for this con. You guys might have seen on my Instagram. I've been meaning to post pictures here on YouTube as well, but have not had a chance to update you on. So I was a guest. Well, actually, I might have posted about it on the channel. It was called More Phenomenal Expo. So it was a lot of fun. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I need to fix my hair, bro. This hair ain't cutting it. Give me a second. All right, it's a little bit better. All right, so yeah, More Phenomenal Expo, a lot of fun. I actually got to debut a new cosplay, which was the Miyagi no Ninjetti, which was kind of based on the concept of the action figure that Cobra Kai did with Power Rangers. You know, the crossover they did and whatnot. So it did some lore accurate colors. It was a lot of fun. I also got to interview some people for my channel that were not part of Cobra Kai for the first time, which was really cool. So I got to interview some Power Rangers, which, by the way, if you guys haven't already, check out the interview that I did with Monica May, who played the Yellow Ranger SPD. That's going to be on the More Phenomenal Expo channel. I'm going to probably pin that here. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I also got to interview Red Fisher, the Titanium Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue. Got to also interview Peter Sidarso, Christiani, and Greg Aronowitz, which was a lot of fun. Let me drop that interview link here. Let's see. Oh, it's actually kind of picking up steam. That's cool. Let me post it here. I'm gonna pin that. So yeah, so definitely check out that interview as well. I'll be uploading some of the interviews on my channel as well. But Stryfe is not the future. What's up, degenerate? I'm the future of a lot of things. You just don't know it yet. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got to interview that. I also injured my foot in Taekwondo. That was also kind of fun. Not really. I actually had to go get some x-rays done today. What happened was I kind of hit I basically hit the joint that connects my big foot to, or excuse me, not my big foot, that connects the big toe to my right foot, and I couldn't bend it for a bit. So I actually I haven't been able to work out the past couple weeks, at least Taekwondo wise. So I've kind of been taking a break from there, just kind of taking it easy. Now I can finally bend it and whatnot, but it was nasty. I had like a nasty bruise on my foot too from it and stuff. So, but you know, some stuff that happens like with you know, martial arts and things like that. So Looking forward to getting back though this weekend. I got my X-rays done. I don't think there was any damage or anything like that, at least to my knowledge. So, other than that, I have been playing a lot of Skyrim. I've been getting back into that. I have not played Skyrim in probably like 4 or 5 years. I've been doing like a lot of graphical and quality of life mods, which has been fun. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that after I edit tonight. So, Scorch, what's going on, man? Welcome in. So, that's kind of what's been going on. So, I got some more cons coming up too that I'm looking at. Both that I'll be attending, and then maybe some I'll be guesting at too. So, looking forward to that. Next con for me that I'll be attending is Dallas Fan Expo, which will be at the end of May, first weekend of June. So, but yeah, let me check out some of y'all's comments here in the chat, guys. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. Karate Kid Legends. I think the trailer's decent. The film does look promising now with that newer trailer, and I kind of figured that that first one didn't really give us a lot of substance. It was just kind of like, oh, look, it's cool and stuff. But yeah, I'm still gonna go see it out of curiosity. I'm kind of glad that they actually gave us something with a little bit more juice, as they would say. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, or that's kind of what I'm glad that they started doing. Is sorry, I'm checking my music out over here. So I'm kind of glad they gave us with something a little bit more substance. So yeah, there'll be something else. When is the release date? Was it like May? Middle of May? Look. Oh, it's that same weekend as More Phenomenal. Okay, so I probably won't see it on release, most likely. Well, unless we decide to me and my friends decide to do something that day. We could technically go see it before the con. So, we'll see. But yeah, looking forward to doing that. I'm trying to think what else. Let's keep an eye, make sure my guess is not different. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll definitely go see it. I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out and whatnot. So, Disney, nice. So yeah, what about you guys? What's been new with y'all? What's been going on? What is new in y'all's world and whatnot? And Cobra Kai Never Dies. Thanks for the subscription. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. If I had to guess, it's probably going to have to do something with like Miyagi's family knowing Mr. Han's family, because that first Miyagi that kind of fell asleep off the coast of China. That's what I'm thinking it's going to have to do with. So at least that's my guess. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I am so glad to finally kind of got the convention behind, because the convention was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of tiring, prepping for it and stuff like that too. But had a lot of fun this week, and I'll be posting some more stuff on Instagram and breaking out cosplay. I saw Hillary Swank's latest episode. Oh no, I can help but feel like she could have appeared briefly in the Cobra Kai. Yeah, she should have been in there, man. She should have been in there. But hopefully when if they do a spinoff, connecting Hillary and Daniel, not Hillary, I'm sorry, Julie and Daniel, maybe they'll finally be able to do something with that. So, but yeah, trying to think what else. Yeah, I do have some more stuff in the works, video wise. So outside of the interviews I'm doing, I have a very special video that's coming out, which is kind of like a what if / analytical video. So stay on tune for that. I'm gonna try to get it out maybe this weekend. I also have some stuff for the gaming channel I'm working on currently right now. Now it's just kind of got a backlog of stuff that I'm trying to do and stuff like that too. Connect Miyagi Karate to Han's Kung Fu. Well, that would kind of still go back to the oh, actually, never mind. I misheard your question here. It's probably just gonna be two different styles. I don't know if well, they might explore some things with Mr. Han's, family, knowing Mr. Miyagi's family, because if I remember correctly, they're going to talk about... Yeah. So looking at some stuff here, the Mr. Miyagi karate is actually kind of originated from China, so I'm sure that's kind of probably why they'll have that connection there, at least somewhat. So we can only wait and see. Are you do more? Yes. It's just what I'm really trying to do is, and not that I'm avoiding doing it. It's just those take so much out of me. And I've kind of said this before too. It's just because like I'm having to rewatch like the series so many times, and it's very easy to get quickly burned out. Because the main thing too is just like the moment I get burned out, I won't want to do anything Cobra Kai for a while. So like, and that's what I'm trying to avoid doing. That's kind of why I'm also doing some different content here and there with you know, the interviews and things like that, so that way I can kind of like take these things like one at a time too. So but like the original plan was always to once Cobra Kai ended, you know, do like character analysis for these characters from like start to finish. So but Daniel Miyagi I'm going to kind of avoid doing until Karate Kid Legends come out, because obviously there's going to be some lore, or at least I'm expecting there's going to be some lore as far as that goes from the thing. So actually I'll be right back. I need to get some more caffeine. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. JMO, welcome in. Hey, congrats, man. Congrats on getting Stryfe. Are you, so I'm assuming you're white belt black stripe now? Closer to a blue belt. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know some of, I've noticed some of like certain dojons will have like different rankings and stuff like that too. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So, yeah, I think overall I'm so interested in seeing Karate Kid Legends. The old Hero series from 2006, totally fresh, exciting me once again. What a difference in 19 years. That was another show I never got into, but I remember like a lot of people were talking about that, was Heroes. I remember that, yeah, that show was like really, really popular. But yeah, to kind of go, Melissa, what you're saying, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely planning to do some. It's just like, the only thing I can ask for you guys is to be patient. Because like it takes a lot out of me, and like the last thing I want to do is get burned out again, and then not be able to do any kind of Cobra Kai content. So these interviews, are win-win for everybody. Helps me stay interested in the series, gets you guys new content, and I also kind of get insight for character, how people, like the actors, approach the characters and things like that too. So yeah, it's definitely they're on the way for sure, but. I would love to cover other series too, like Heroes, maybe Warrior at some point too would be kind of cool to cover. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Banshee, the hero, not Heroes, The Boys. I did say Heroes earlier though, but yeah. Let me actually look that up too while we're waiting. Excuse me. Heroes. It's only 4 seasons. I could have swore it went on for longer than that. Maybe that's just how big the hype was. Oh, Hayden. I can't pronounce her last name. Panettiere starred in it? Hell yeah. Definitely might have to check this out. Is it streaming anywhere, Scorch? You know? I need to also check out some stuff with Bo's new work too. With the new movie called The Line that just started streaming on Hulu as well. I wanted to check it out before the interview. I did not get a chance to though, but sure. But yeah, guys, that's what's been going on. Our guest should be here momentarily. Once he gets here, I'll probably we'll BRB again just to check. So, Heroes Reborn series years later. Oh, I see. That could be why. Peacock. Oh, yeah, I gotta get Peacock again anyway. Oh, that's another thing too, where me and my friends are gonna be having a WrestleMania party, so it's gonna be pretty cool. So Heroes Reborn. I'm going to look that up. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, this looks interesting. I'll have to definitely check it out. On Peacock. No, I did not. I did not go to Paley Fest. I would have loved to, but I just started this new job, and it's really hard for me to kind of take vacation at this point because, like, I don't get vacation until like the next year. And of course, you know, planning for the wedding and everything too. I'm only kind of like doing like these cons and stuff. It's like if it's like beneficial, kind of like for the channel too, or if, you know, there's stuff I can bring you, you know, content stuff I can bring with you guys. So. Bret Hart's being inducted to WWE Hall for... Oh, I think I saw something about that. Yeah, that match is a classic, though. For the WrestleMania 13 match. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure... Okay, cool. Let me make sure something real quick, too. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch that match. Yeah, you know, wrestling stuff too. I'd love to do, you know, do more of that analysis content as well. I've done some shorts here and there. I'm really excited to see how WrestleMania is gonna play out too. You know, with the whole John Cena heel turn and everything. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. But yeah, no, I would have loved to gone to Paley Fest. Somebody also asked me if I was gonna go to the big Cobra Kai convention going on in New Jersey called Farewell to Cobra Kai, but it's the same weekend as Dallas Fan Expo, so I won't be able to make it. But you know, it's all good. I'm sure I'll definitely be able to kind of meet the rest of the cast at some point. Some cast members I've yet to meet. I mean, I'd love to also kind of meet, you know, those who I've interviewed as well that I haven't met yet. So like, you know, I'd love to meet Bo someday. Nate, almost said Bert, Owen, Aiden. Would love to meet OK as well. Yeah, so those also want, you know, still have yet to meet Tanner, Mary, UG, Thomas, and Alicia. So yeah, love to meet whoever I could from the Cobra Kai cast. Yeah, I know if my buddy Peter went. I saw you got some good interviews as well. Always excited for that. Big shout out to Peter, by the way. He's kind of helped me a lot with like these interviews, and preps and stuff like that. Oh, that might be our guest. Let me BRB guys, and let me just make sure our guest is ready to go. 1 second. Let me fade this out. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, our guest is here. So as always, you know, guys, I give the best intro as I possibly can. So you guys might know him as Wayne Powers in Eastbound and Down. He was also Stephen Hall in the Academy Award nominated for Best Live Action Short Film, the film DeKalb Elementary. He's also Mitch Miller, which is in the film The Line, which is now streaming on Hulu. You guys, of course, know him as Brucks in Cobra Kai. I have Bo Mitchell with me. Bo, how are you doing today, man?
Yo, doing good. What's up, Stryfe? It's good to be here.
Good. Yeah. Hey, man. Glad to hear it too. Like the chat's excited to see you as well. So yeah. I think of course. Thank you again for taking time out of your day. Um, I want to start off with the fun question. Am I correct? You have two kids. You're a father.
No, dude, I love
Okay.
that that follows me around. Dude, no, did you get that online or something?
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know he had kids. Like, does he have kids? So I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure. Okay. Well, yeah. That was one of
No,
the things that
yeah,
popped
it's
up.
like there's like a political figure. I don't know if he's like
Oh.
a
Okay.
governor or mayor or something. And his name is like also Bo Mitchell, spelled just like mine. So we get like mixed up all the time. It's funny.
I see. Well, it's funny because they listed on your IMDb like as
Yeah,
well. And that's
yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah,
I've
it
been I've
was.
been trying to get that removed actually. I think that IMDb has like some crowd they like if you're like a contributor or something, they'll let you crowdsource crowd info. Like it's kind of like Wikipedia in a way.
Oh, I
Like
see.
sometimes you get like weird info thrown on there. So yeah, I've been like trying to get that fixed. Actually, it's pretty funny.
I gotcha. Yeah. Also, you see me looking to the side. I just looking at the chat and the notes and stuff like that too. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
So, well, first off though, I do want you to talk about your nonprofit, Home for Skateboarding. Tell me how it started and like like the mission and how people can reach out if they want to get involved.
Yeah, man, for sure. I appreciate you. You kind of taking some time to talk about that too.
Yeah.
The nonprofit started like through me running a skateboard park essentially. I had started a park and like a pro shop in my hometown, and we just saw a need for more than just like a place to skate. We need like a place for like that was more of a safe haven for youth, and so it became this thing where in South Carolina, the Southeast also is just underserved as far as places for youth to hang out in general, but also the quote unquote like extreme sports,
Hmm.
right? It's very
Right.
underserved there. There's no skateboard parks. There's no places to ride BMX or rollerblade or skate or whatever, even like people at scooter. So anyway, all that kind of came together. We're just like, okay, we need to, just felt the need to provide more for that and
Hmm.
speak kind of for those folks, right? So we ended up creating a nonprofit, and it was it's a really interesting process, man. But ultimately, it's running. It's called Home for Skateboarding. You know, we keep a pretty low social footprint, but it's been a great tool to be able to help. And my goal with it is always just like, be an advocate for skateboarding and for other, voices that don't have their agency, and ultimately, uh, help provide safe places for young people to skate in rural country, or not rural countries, but rural areas of our country, right?
Right.
So that's kind of the goal there. And yeah, man, just we've been able to ultimately help kind of facilitate, um, and insulate conversation between advocates in other counties and cities looking to speak with their municipalities about starting an initiative to build a park, and helping them walk through the process of acquiring the land and acquiring the funding and acquiring the grants and swaying the powers that be, and organizing all that type of grassroots, government connection and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty interesting. Also, can be frustrating, but it is very fulfilling when you get a park built. And it's even more fulfilling just knowing that place is there for the people to use.
Yeah, man, that's so cool. That's yeah, like guys, check it out, please. Home for skateboarding, right? Did I say it right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Home for skateboarding. Yeah.
yeah. Definitely check it out too. And that was the one thing that blew my mind too, is that I had no clue until I started doing research for the interview that you were a skateboarder and you skate and stuff like that. So like, I got something funny to tell you about skateboarding too. But like, let me
Okay.
tell me like how you got started, like who are some people that inspired you to skateboard? Is yeah, I'm curious, man.
Yeah, dude, I love that. People that inspired me to skate, like really, that what got me skating, I'd say is that's a good question. So I think I was definitely inspired by the video game Tony Hawk video games, Tony Hawk Pro
Yes,
Skater.
we gotta talk
That
about that
that
too. Yeah.
definitely did something for me. I was Tony Hawk like Pro Skater 3 and 4, and then those underground games. Those were all like really big when I was, a young adolescent, like 9, 10, teenager. And so that was what really drew me to it. I also just randomly got like a toy skateboard, like for, it's like what we call like a Walmart board, like,
Right.
but it's like one of those like shrink wrapped skateboards at
Oh
like a
yeah.
sporting goods store.
Yeah.
And so those are like kind of these like D quality products, but like it still is a skateboard. So I got one of those as like a Christmas gift, which is totally great because it helps you get started, right?
Right.
And I remember I had that laying around and I was playing the game, and I just remember like being inspired by the characters that were on that game. Bam Margera was big at that time,
Oh
so he
yeah.
was a character, and then he had his reality show, and he would skate, and I just saw that stuff, and it just was like these are rock stars to me, right?
Right.
And I remember I used to like play in my yard because we didn't have concrete driveways, live in South Carolina.
Oh
We used
yeah.
to have
Yeah.
dirt roads. So
Right.
I'd play out in the yard and like do tricks in the dirt, and I would like even like sometimes like pretend I was doing like tricks by like laying upside down and like trying to kick the board around and stuff, just because there was no place to actually roll on it. So like
Right.
as like an 8-year old, I was like doing whatever I could to skate, and yeah, man, that just followed me. It followed me through my life, and I mean, as I got into it more, I found more skaters, obviously, that are like more relevant, at least pushing the culture and pushing the sport, if you want to call it that. And I always just kind of gravitated towards people like Corey Duffel and like Jamie Thomas,
Oh yeah.
and there was like Daryl Stanton, and I could just go on forever. Like there's Jerry Sue. I remember liking his stuff a lot when I was younger, and yeah, some of those guys. I mean, that's changed now too as I've become older. Like I have guys
Right.
that I love to watch skate now, but like some of those are the names that I guess are just coming to mind right now. And I was like a younger kid and thinking like, whoa, this is insane. These guys are doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very funny that you like, because we have the same experiences. So I grew up in South Texas, like the Victoria area.
Mm,
So same thing, dude. No, like just like dirt roads or like really rough roads and stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
the funny story I have is that we had like a porch, right? It was like kind of like a little cement porch, and I tried to grind that porch, and I
Oh
broke the
yeah.
axle.
Oh, awesome.
So it was
Heck yeah.
it was so funny. It was like it was. I remember the board too. It was like so. My I think my sister was married at the time. So my brother-in-law and whatnot too. They had I guess they found like when they were moving to this property, they found a Stone Cold 316 skateboard, and that was like it was
Oh
like an
wow.
old board that had like it had like the faded
Yep.
look. So I was doing that and just like and, and then like I broke it. And like
Oh
I've
yeah.
there now in Victoria there is a rollerblading or a roller rink, right? And they actually had like a ramp, but I was always too scared to like go down, like try to
Yeah.
get on and go down it. But yeah, no, I'm a huge Tony Hawk thing too. So like I'm not super into skateboarding, but I love the Tony Hawk games and stuff, and I definitely appreciate
Yeah.
it. My guy was Rodney Mullen, just a phenomenal
Yeah.
street skater, dude. And just like I even went back and watched like because like in I think Tony Hawk 3 you could like unlock the videos of each skater and stuff like that. And dude, seeing
Yeah.
him work, man, he's like a martial artist. Just like the way he was
Yeah.
just so smooth and whatnot too. And it just like I'm so glad that they're remaking the games again too, because like they just announced Tony Hawk 3+4. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really really cool. So I want to ask you though, what's so you well I get well first I guess to back up first, which games did you grow up specifically with? Because like I grew up with 1 and 2, but 3 I kind of have fond memories of the most, especially the soundtrack and 2. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, dude. Well, and even just to say like about Rodney, like I think Rodney Mullen is like he's like pick like any profound like artist like Da Vinci or Michelangelo. He's like, he's that to skateboarding.
yes,
He's like someone who like, a lot of people watching this that don't skate that just kind of know like the Tony Hawk's name,
right,
right? Because he's a household name. Like they don't understand, like that you obviously do. Like, yeah,
yeah,
he was like a martial artist. He took skateboarding to a new level. And one guy that I always liked too, who was on his kind of one part with him was like Day One Song. They have a bunch of video parts together
oh
from
okay,
the Almost Skateboard Company that I love to watch because they would just be spending just weeks at a time in a warehouse on a box and a board trying to just create.
yeah,
Excuse me. And I think that is just like it's so beautiful, dude. Like it's crazy to watch and it's so that actually love Rodney now talking about skating as he's older too.
right,
Listening to him talk about skating is like this. It's like poetic. It's like crazy. That guy is just like and if he was in anything with like more clout, like if he was like a musician,
hmm,
like he would be like a Bob Dylan. Like that's what I'm trying
oh
to
yeah,
help these viewers understand too. It's like this
yeah,
guy for skateboarding is like so profound, and he probably would never get the recognition he deserves as being like an actual genius human being. But yeah, no, Rodney is amazing. I'm so stoked. Yeah, you brought him up. But yeah, no, for the games, man, like 3 and 4. I think 4 for me a little bit more just because I remember they had the park building thing,
okay,
and I just loved just doing that. Like that was so fun for me.
yeah,
I just love doing that. So that one maybe more than 3, but I liked them both. And then the
hmm,
Underground series, the Tony Hawk Underground series, where you kind of got to like be your own character.
right,
Kind of like make it more like an RPG thing. Like I
yeah,
just remember that being like so cool. Like, and then there's like the scene where you finish a demo and then Muska hands you a board, and then I was just like, dude, that just felt like so cool,
yeah,
and yeah, and then it just transitioned into the skate games, the EA skate games.
hmm,
Those are super cool. Those are really good games, and I don't mess with it much anymore. But like I did I messed around with the 2 newer ones that are out now. Like
hmm,
I can't even think of their names, but they're like way more realistic, essentially, where you have to flick the sticks like they're your feet and
oh
stuff.
yeah,
Um, and I just remember using them, and I was just like, wow, this is like really intuitive. Like this actually, like you could actually learn about skating by playing this game, which was really interesting to me.
right.
But yeah, no, yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater games are awesome though. I'm stoked they're bringing them back.
Yeah, same man. So for me, I never got to play. I think I played Tony Hawk 4 like back in the day when Sam's used to have like those video game demos.
Oh yeah.
That's what I remember playing. I never got to play Underground, unfortunately, but I always loved reading about it in strategy guides. But the only one I played was like the Game Boy Advance port, which is obviously not the same as like the console ones and stuff
Hmm.
like that too. But and yeah, because the reason and obviously too the music, because like so you and I are pretty close in age.
Yeah.
Yeah, we so like around that like for us around that time middle school, that's really formative years, especially like your music taste and stuff like that. So
Right.
for like I know a lot of people talk about Goldfinger from the first or Superman by Goldfinger from the first game. I really
Yeah.
liked Here and Now by the Ernies, and Jerry Was a Race Car Driver. Those are some of my favorite like music from the
Oh
first game.
yeah.
Yeah. The second game, Bring the Noise by Public Enemy and Anthrax,
Yeah.
Cyclone by Dub Pistols, You by Bad Religion, and then like Tony for three, really loved If You Must. I was actually listening to that the other day by Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Wish by Alien Ant Farm. There's another song that's like escaping me right now. Um, Boy Who Destroyed the World by AFI. Like those are some like
Oh
my
yeah.
favorite tracks from that game. So yeah, a lot of fun memories.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's really cool that they had like actual soundtracks too. Like that was
Right.
not like a thing with games really.
Yeah.
The racing games did that a little bit, but I think that they kind of pioneered that, and then the racing games realized, oh, we should be doing this, and they picked it up.
Right.
And but yeah, and it's so on point too. Like it was cool because that's what skateboarders were actually listening to. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we get a lot of that in skateboarding when people try to kind of like pose and try to steal our essentially like steal the culture and like profit off of it and or whatever, right? And it's like so many times there's like a lot of this kind of distaste that's done
Mm-hmm.
when they just assume like, oh, skateboarders all love Slayer, and that Slayer's great and all, but
Yeah.
like that's not what all skateboarders listen to. I
Right.
think those Tony Hawk soundtracks, it was realistic to like what you would hear at like a skate park,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what the skaters were putting in their parts. They were putting music like that in their video parts, and yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was really cool for it to feel like home.
Yeah, and not to mention too, like you look at the evolution of the soundtracks. Like two also had some more, rap, like Naughty by Nature, and then of course, like, as I mentioned, Public Enemy. And then three had like Exhibits, um, Del the Funky Homo Sapien that we talked about earlier too. Now, I will say there are a couple songs I can't remember if they're from four or Underground, but
Mm.
I kind of find out about these songs through playing like the demos and stuff like that. Like the Angel by Rise Against, another class favorite song of mine,
Yeah,
and then also Pain by Jimmy Eat World. So yeah, that's some of my
yeah,
favorites
and
too.
those are all just like really really cool bands from back then that I feel like most people don't like Gen Z and whatever don't even know about now. Sadly,
Yeah, exactly. So, but speaking of skateboarding, I do have a clip I found of you skateboarding too. I'd like to show the stream to you
Okay,
and stuff like that. So
it's probably gonna be silly or me eating crap, but
it
yeah.
it was called Versus a Frame. Were you what? I guess
This
like
A-frame. Oh, dude.
yeah
Okay, my buddy filmed this. I think this is my shout out to that guy B Smith. Yeah, yeah, that's his YouTube. Okay, yeah, yeah,
yeah
dude. Shout out to Brett. Brett is Brett's a great dude. He's still doing videography.
yeah
Yeah, this is at my park. I'll give you a little bit of backstory. This is at
yeah.
my
Go ahead.
park in South Carolina. It's shut down now, but we had to kind of move on because the landlord was giving us a hard time. The building was caving in and so forth. But this is the place that kind of spawned that nonprofit we spoke about earlier. And
Right.
we had this place for almost 10 years, and this was the inside of that park. And then this obstacle I'm approaching is actually called an A frame.
Oh,
So
I
that's kind
see.
of where
Okay.
it is that name, right? And so it's because it's like it's shaped like an A.
Right.
And yeah, and it's pretty cool. You can like jump out of it, which I think I'm going to try to do here, or you can jump onto the rails and stuff. And it's a good like learning obstacle. It teaches you a lot about kind of like intermediate to advanced maneuvers, like using the ramp to launch you, and then how to land onto an obstacle.
Mhm.
So it provides you like this kind of an escalator effect. And yeah, no, really cool, really fun obstacle. And I'm pretty sure I'm trying to like ollie it or something here. So I guess I don't know. You play it, let's kind of see what happens, right?
Yeah. So with this, I will have to kind of mute the music. Just I'll copyright easement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe it's even me slamming the first couple times. Yep. I'm not good at skating, even though I like to skate. And that's probably my buddy Corey. Hey, shout out to Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Hutto. Yep. Dude, sick. All right. Almost got that time. Nice. Dude. Yeah.
I mean, actually, I still give you mad props because I could never like do an ollie or a kickflip when I tried. So yeah.
Dude, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, It's like even here, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm not like going fast enough. Probably, I probably should be going faster. I probably should be jumping a little higher. I'm also kind of like being aloof like that. Cool. Yeah, that one was better. That one I probably could have landed. I just slipped out. That one I clipped, so that you can see there. These kind of hurt too, even though I'm like rolling around. I remember my elbow and stuff or my knee being a little sore because you keep hitting the concrete, and you're just like, ugh.
Dang, so close.
Yeah. That one was more comfortable to fall. It was a nice kind of slip out, and then, I forgot that homie had the mohawk for a while. That's so sick. We captured him with a mohawk, dude. This is sick. There we go. Oh, not quite. Classic. Oh, dude. Yeah, not like the best dismount there. What do we get? Oh, the selfie.
That was a Snapchat, looks like.
We're all on Snapchat, yeah. Hey, there we go. Nice. We cleaned it. I'm retrospectively proud of myself for that. Today I would have took the first one and just been like, you know what? I got to ride away for 5 feet. I'm just gonna call it a day. That's great though, dude. This is crazy. I forgot this even exists.
Yeah. Some quick comments from the chat too. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. It did look like when one of the falls you said. It was like my friend Forza said, look, you hit the Family Guy dismount because you had that Peter pose the way he.
Oh my gosh.
So,
heck yeah.
Yeah. Melissa says, hello in Bonsai. Forza also says he used to have a vintage Gundam Wing skate deck.
That sounds crazy. I love Gundam Wing. I'm an anime fan too.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about that too. Let's see. Rodney Mullen skate videos never get old. Yes, for sure. Skylar Logan says, get Brucks. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to have to ask you about that later, too. That was definitely like that. I love that line, man. I was actually saying that for a while, too, and listening to that song from that fight scene for a good minute. Yeah. I got another video pulled up, Hall of Meat.
Yeah.
Was it Bales or what?
Everybody likes to pull this one up. This is a good one. I eat crap here. I don't know if you watched it already.
Not yet. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
Not yet. I did see. Hold on. Just playing. I had seen the versus A-frame before though.
Okay.
Yeah. So
this one is a slam. It's
okay.
It's pretty good. Yeah. This is Yeah. Just play it. It's pretty short. I don't want to ruin it.
Oh yeah. Good.
Seen
I see. Okay.
So this was like a couple years. Now it's more than that. It's longer. But yeah, just straight to it.
Almost like an ankle twist.
It's some broken glass in the ground and some oil. And I think I hit a rock or something. Yeah, hit a rock and cracked my head on the ground.
Dang.
And then I was pretty upset and screaming a profanity. So, yeah, I remember feeling my head hit. And, there's just broken glass everywhere, which was silly. There's an obstacle past the broken glass. I was not trying to skate through it. I was trying to skate around the broken glass and then go up to the thing.
Right.
But I'd already fell a couple times that day. But there's already some.
I'm not squeamish. I was just like, dang, yeah, it was good. I guess y'all got a natural reaction for me watching this, but man.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to homie Jordan Knapp for being the dedicated videographer and not stopping the camera, even though I was bleeding profusely from my head. They didn't show it, but like. I bled out a lot. Like I probably bled out like a whole like quart of blood over the course of like 4 or 5 minutes because we were trying to figure out what to do. Like, oh, how bad is it? And I just was laying there. But like, yeah, I felt it actually rip. And I remember thinking to myself as soon as it hit, I was like, oh, there goes my weekend. I'm going to the ER right now. And I was just like, I don't want to have to go to the ER. And we were on a trip. Like we were hours away from home. And I was like, I don't want to have to go to the ER. So I don't know. And then blow the trip for the rest of the boys. And I was pissed, dude. I was more mad about that. The head didn't really hurt. I ended up getting like 8 or 9 staples, and I was like, I came back out that night, and and we skated for the rest of the weekend. But I was just like, dude, I don't want to go to the ER. But it was actually really chill. I don't know if anybody's ever waited in the ER, but especially in America, it's like kind of annoying. Like you think it's supposed to be like the emergency room, right? When you walk in, depending on how bad you look, they just kind of profile you.
Right.
And so if you don't look like you're dying, then you wait all day.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I actually went in there because I did think I was gonna maybe like bleed out because I was getting like squeamish, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually had my shirt tied around my head and I was dripping blood out down my face. Speaking of Stone Cold,
Yeah.
I looked like Stone Cold, and not
yeah.
quite, but yeah, dude. Anyway, just they took me right in. I've never been like they didn't even like put me to the desk. A nurse just grabbed my hand and put me in the back on a gurney, and I just remember being like, "This is kind of cool." It's pretty good service, you know.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's funny you say emergency room. So today I kind of had the fastest ER visit like before the thing. So I'm in Taekwondo. I started Taekwondo about right after part 1 dropped.
Okay.
So you know, and what happened was a couple weeks ago, I think it was a mix of sparring and hitting like the bag wrong with my toe. So basically what happened was I hit the joint that connects my big toe to my foot, and I couldn't bend my big toe for a bit. Now, eventually, I kind of did that, and I had a convention this past weekend and whatnot. Now I'm pretty good there, but the doctor wanted me to get X-rays just in case. But because of that, I've just been taking it easy, not doing Taekwondo the past couple weeks and whatnot. But it's been pretty fun, man. I got up to orange belt. It's very humbling because like thank you. Yeah, it's even though like I'm one of the only adults in there, it's really humbling, man. It's really cool. So as far as that goes, but yeah. But no, it's funny you mentioned the Stone Cold thing because I'm assuming you're a wrestling fan then too, right? I don't know if you heard that the match you brought up specifically, which was Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. They're inducting, I think, Bret Hart a 3rd time for that WrestleMania 13 match in this year's Hall of because you know WrestleMania is a couple weeks away, so such a classic match and stuff like that too. So yeah,
dude, yeah, that is sick. Yeah, dude. No, that's so rad. I did not know that. That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, see, man, yeah. Well, I'm already gonna say I'm gonna have you come back sometime because like we can already talk about so many cool things, man. Like, I didn't know you're a wrestling fan either, so yeah, it's really cool. But Melissa had a quick question. She says you've got a lot of skill on the skateboard. Was it something you picked up naturally, or is it something that took you years? So you kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, but did you feel did it feel natural at first, or was it like kind of like a learning? Or...
No, it was never natural. It was hard earned. I suck at skating, dude. Like I've skated with I've skated with some of the best skateboarders in history. I've gotten to actually lucky enough to actually skate with Tony Hawk and like
nice.
Yeah, and like skate with other people that are really pushing the sport. Like I've skated with like Olympic gold medalists like Yuto Horigome and Nigel Houston and stuff. And like so skating with those guys, you see what is like happens when you have dedication meet natural talent. And I have neither of those things. So for me, it takes a while to learn tricks, and it's harder to keep them, you know, keep them consistent. So yeah, a lot of hard earned, a lot of battles, you know, to get to where I can even do what I'm doing. But it's like that type of, I think that's what makes, you know, me love it. At least it's that. And then there's also a huge, like kind of camaraderie fellowship thing that comes with it. That is really fun. But no, it's that putting in that sweat equity and that perseverance and then getting that reward is super, super fulfilling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I will say the coolest. So I mean, you already do way cooler stuff than I could ever do. Like the what I couldn't consider the coolest thing I could do was like what I would like to do is like, and I think I learned this from watching like one of the Tony Hawk 3 videos back in the day. You would basically put the board upside down on your feet and the wheels are facing up, and you would jump and flip and land on it. That's like the now I wouldn't flip it completely, but that's like that was like the I could do. I would have loved to have learned how to like do like a manual or you know. Something like that. So
dude, yeah I I think I'm pretty sure that's called a Casper.
Okay.
And,
nice.
Yeah, dude, those are fun. That's actually a really good way to learn though. It's like a lot of kids do that because it's like you don't have to mess with the wheels, but it teaches you the concept of like landing on the board, which is like sounds funny, but like it's a concept you have to learn when you start approaching flip tricks. Because it's easy just to like flick it and like jump away from it, you know, because you're scared.
Yeah.
but that's like a great way to trick your mind into like chasing after this board with your feet in midair. So yeah, it's actually a good like learning tool.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, Melissa says that's really great to know and very inspirational. Thank you for you talking about
Yeah,
the
thanks,
skating
Melissa.
stuff. Yeah,
Thanks for checking out the live stream.
yeah, for sure. One thing. So before we switch gears into Cobra Kai, you mentioned anime earlier. What are you currently watching?
Dude, yeah, I've been watching anime yeah, since I was like probably 9 or 10. I remember seeing I think one of the first couple things I remember seeing like Gundam Wing, Sailor Moon, um
So Toonami area, right?
Inuyasha, like Toonami stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
stuff that was on Toonami,
Nice.
Inuyasha and Naruto and Bleach and stuff like that was like what got me into that some of those like shonen and stuff. But yeah, no, I love it. I still watch it today. I'm watching like most of the mainstream stuff. I don't have a ton of time,
Sure.
but I do watch mostly anime. Actually, I get a lot of flack about it in the acting world because people be like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" I'm like, "No, I have not seen any new movies, but I know everything about Solo Leveling." So if you
Oh,
like so that
yeah.
or whatever, I've been like, keeping up. I'm actually rewatching Naruto
Nice.
because I have a friend who has never seen any of it. Not really. They've not really partaken in much anime at all, and so I was like, we just got on it. We've been watching it together. It's been fun, and it's crazy though. As an adult, like me, as like not even just like it being older, but like just as a full grown adult, I'm like, oh my gosh, the stuff like those are really complex situations they're
Oh
putting in
yeah.
front of us as kids, and I mean it like in a good way. Like it like teaches you some stuff that you don't even know it's teaching you,
Yeah.
and and just also too like how good the storytelling is in some of these long running animes like Naruto and One Piece and like Bleach, and like they built these worlds and they did it in a way to where like especially Naruto, in my opinion, there's a lot of like world building where they have like their own science essentially that's happening, and the Kishimoto was like so much foresight that in his very first like couple books of manga it's still congruent with like the world that is existing today
Hmm.
in the where the narrative is, and I just think like that is like such a masterclass. It transcends the medium anime. Like it's like 1% of your favorite Hollywood writers like can't do what some of these
Yeah.
like manga writers are doing with their world building and with their writing.
Hmm.
So it's like something that I just like respect totally.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, like you mentioned, like the great writing, teaching stuff. Like I've learned like so much from like Cobra Kai too, just because like I've watched it since the YouTube days and stuff, and some really good lessons and stuff like that too. But it's funny you mentioned solo leveling because I also interviewed Daniel J. Kim, who plays Yoon. He's a big solo leveling fan too.
Sick.
Yeah, and then also my friend, he's not in the chat right now, but my best friend Charles. So he's in the voice acting industry. He actually is in solo leveling.
Oh,
And when I
sick,
he's a
dude.
huge fan too. So he's like, and me and him kind of go way back because we used to do fan dubs and stuff back in the day. And like, I want to kind of like, I'm hopefully working on later this year and trying to like get into voice acting, and stuff like that too. And I'll definitely be like leaning on
Rad.
him for like some advice and stuff like that. But yeah. So it's it's funny that you guys mentioned like solo leveling. I'm talking about like, yeah, my friend's in that show. So he's also
Dude.
in Genshin Impact. He was also in man. There's another one. Is it Kaiju number 8? Is that the name?
Dude, yeah, that one
Yeah,
is
yeah,
sick. I'm watching
yeah,
that one. I'm reading that one right now too. That's a sick
yeah,
anime.
yeah. I'm waiting for just a matter of time till he gets that leading role, man. I know I know it's gonna happen for him. So
Yeah,
it's really
that's
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
No, dude, voice acting is so cool. I've been trying to break into myself a little bit.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
It's like
Yeah.
I've always done the on screen stuff, and
Right.
I just like, dude, I love anime too much to not be trying to do this. So I don't know.
Exactly.
It's like, um, it's been cool. It's fun to do the auditions and stuff. It's fun to like read and look at the different stuff coming through. But no, dude, that's sick. Genshin Impact is awesome too, and
Yeah.
yeah, Kaiju number 8 is great. I love that one. That's an awesome one.
For sure. Yeah. The other thing I was gonna mention too was like the stuff I kind of grew up with. So like of course Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
Case Closed. I have not watched it in
Good one.
years, but case closed.
The good one. Yeah.
Tenchi Muyo. Fun fact. So like I cosplay, and I
Oh,
cosplayed
shit.
Tenchi way back in the day, like 9 years ago. I wish I had the photo
Oh,
with me, but yeah, maybe I'll send it to you and stuff like that. But we had
dude.
like a
Yeah.
whole group. Yeah. So
That's sick.
yeah, that's so recently I unfortunately I don't watch anime as much as I kind of watch some other stuff, but like so Naruto I've never seen, but like I know all the characters because like having been in the cosplay world for like 12 years
Mhm.
now, I kind of keep up with anime and stuff like that. Um, Tiger and Bunny. I don't know if you ever seen that anime. I think you'd like it. So
Tiger and Bunny.
yeah, so it's a superhero anime.
Okay.
So it's very. What's funny is like I call it the anime Cobra Kai because you have one superhero named Wild Tiger who's like a veteran and whatnot, and then they bring in this new hero named Barnaby, but Tiger calls him Bunny because he has like because they kind of look like Sentai slash mech superhero outfits. So he's like, man,
Okay.
you got long ears like a bunny. But it's very similar to like the Johnny and Daniel relationship in Cobra Kai where they're like they have their differences, but they struggle, like they kind of get along and eventually like try to find that middle ground. So what's funny is that anime initially came out in 2012, and then 3 years ago it finally got a season two, and they did all of season two on Net, and it's on Netflix too. So it's like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, and they had a couple movies and stuff like that too. So it's really if you like that kind of dynamic superheroes and like the overcoming difference, you have to definitely check it out.
Yeah,
So yeah.
dude. Yeah, I'll check that out. That's a good recommendation, dude.
Yeah. Forze also says Trigun Stampede sequel soon. If you're a Trigun fan. Uh,
Trigun is sick. Yeah, dude. I love Trigun.
yeah. He also says I hope you get into voice acting for anime. Definitely the passion there. And he said Naruto is good. The games are genuine peak and fun, especially for the super cinematics.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the games are crazy. Actually, I remember seeing it the other day. Like the original, like the early Ninja Storms, like on PlayStation. I think it was like PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Like those were like really cool fighting games for that era. And some of the stuff now is like definitely pretty crazy that they're doing with it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's what I think too about like some of this stuff is like the animes like these animes are transcending like generations.
Hmm.
It's just you just don't see that in like TV, dude.
Yeah.
Like like Pokemon, and even though that's like maybe people will argue that's an anime or not, but like that franchise, right, or the Naruto franchise or the One Piece franchise, you're talking about like thousands of episodes.
Yep.
Like on top of that, 20 plus years. Going on Pokemon's going on 30. Naruto's like 25 or over 25 now. One Piece is like top 10 best selling books in history. Like, it's like, dude, like, being in Hollywood, everybody thinks like, oh, movies in Hollywood and the Oscars and all this stuff is like the peak, right? It's like, no, dude, this stuff with anime is like, is when you compare it bone for bone, it's like this anime stuff is mind blowing,
Yeah.
how much it transcends. So I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, man, for sure. One thing, actually, I had one more question before we jump into Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
So I have not seen the line yet, but I definitely want to for sure. You worked. Correct me if I'm wrong. You were working with John Malkovich in that film
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It's the line is on Hulu right now.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. It's gonna be on for
Cool.
a while, but go watch it. Go watch it again. Share it with some friends. But yeah, no, yeah, dude. Worked with John Malkovich. Great crew. We had a huge ensemble. We had I think John Malkovich and Denise Richard played my parents.
Oh wow. Okay.
We had Alex Wolff and Sherry O'Terry played his mom. We had Halle Bailey. She's the new Little Mermaid.
Right.
This was Angus Cloud was in it. Rest in peace, Ang. This was his last movie he did before he passed away. And there's a lot of other heavy hitters, and like Lewis Pullman, Graham, Patrick Martin, Austin Abrams, and we had some other good cameos. But yeah, man. I mean, super cool ensemble. I was stoked to be a part of it.
Yeah, man. What are some I guess if you could describe the movie, of course without spoilers, like to people that want to watch it, like what's how would you describe the movie?
Right. Well, so you said you haven't seen it yet,
Have
right?
not yet. Have not seen it yet. I wanted to before our
You're
interview,
good.
but I just haven't had a chance to yet. But yeah.
Right. I just didn't know. Yeah. So there are some spoilers. So let's see. So, I mean, it's definitely like more. It's it's a far cry from like Cobra Kai and anime, what we've just been talking about. It's like a gritty, dramatic, dark
Oh wow. Okay.
movie, suspense. You know, there's a lot of dark humor in it, and there's also a lot of you know, there's just I think I would just say it's kind of like a kind of gritty drama with suspense and dark humor. That's kind of the way to boil it up. But like ultimately, yeah, it's about a fraternity, and it's kind of we ask people to like question things like tradition and stuff like that when they watch it, because I think that that's something that we get lost in,
Right.
and actually don't think about sometimes, and that's what happens to these characters at least. And it's also, it begs people to kind of look at themselves and realize that they have more agency than they believe they do, over themselves and over the surroundings they put themselves in, and they take kind of do their best to take control of that. And ultimately, we wanted to create something that was real or felt real. So like what was going on with, the kind of the fraternity culture, but how it also has a ripple effect as a whole throughout our country, the United States, and the world even. And yeah, and there's I don't know, it's like if anybody in here has seen Animal House, it's kind of like an antithesis to
Okay.
that. It's kind of like it's not the fun party, kind of like corny fraternity movie. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
No, that all really sounds interesting too. I love me some like some dark dramatic stuff, so I'm definitely gonna have to go check it out. So
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah, check it out, dude.
for sure. So first off, before we kind of talk about the show itself, I kind of want to. I've been asking this a lot, and some people have not been aware. Were
Mhm.
you aware that your character was a boss in the first Cobra Kai video game?
No, that's hilarious. No, I did not know that.
Dude, so it's funny because I interviewed Aiden Minks, who played Mitch. I've interviewed Nate, who plays Nate, and Owen, who played Bert. They all had no clue. I get, and I think Nate or somebody had said that. I guess they haven't really told like a whole lot if your character is like in a video game as a boss or something like that. Not a lot of people talked about. I have it pulled up if you want to check it out. So
Dude, yeah, let's check it out. I haven't even seen it, dude.
yeah, so
I knew the game came out, but I did not know that the characters in it. That's hilarious.
yeah, so let me share. This was from a past live stream I did. Let's see, where's it at? I was actually doing the Cobra Kai playthrough in my Cobra Kai gi. So for context,
Sick.
have you played the game before or no?
No, I've seen a little bit of gameplay footage though. It's like a scroller kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a 3D beat 'em up. So it's very encompassing of like season 1 and 2. So like I mean every character you can think of is like even Graham, which was like Carmen's date, was like a boss. So in this one, this is like the diner. It's called Smitty's Diner. So you're the mini boss in this level, and then Kyler's the boss at the end and stuff like
Sick.
that. So let me see. Let me play it real quick. I think it introduces you here. Yeah, there you go.
Oh dang, they got the varsity jacket fit on.
Johnny Karate Kid 1
That
was
is
fun. I feel like I
hilarious.
might have
Let's
done that video
go.
before. If not,
Dude,
I've done Lemmy Barnes versus Johnny. Actually, no, I think I have.
that is hilarious, dude. I'm dying over that. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, dude. That's so
Oh,
funny.
Kyler sent you to do the dirty work.
Heck yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dude, sick. This is crazy, dude. I love that. I love that this is like out there living. Oh, and then you got some like random dudes you have to fight, and then
Yeah, yeah. So those are like kind of like those Reddit, wake up attacks and stuff like that.
right.
And I don't have footage of that. I need to pull this up, and I'll send it to you as well. Well, actually, I'll tell you after we check this out real quick.
Yeah. No, dude, this is sick though. That's dude. Honestly, I should play the game for fun sometimes. This is like a really fun game.
Yeah, if you're like a big fighting game / beat 'em up guy, a lot of people were kind of like mixed on this game. I personally love it because like I'm a huge gamer, huge fighting game fan. Like the mechanics are really good. The second game I would say needs a lot of work, so at your own discretion. and whatnot. But yeah, no, this was pretty fun. And then of course, Zach and Leo, the composers, they also did the music for both games too, and stuff. Oh, the the giant swing. So yeah,
Sick,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. So now you're immortalized in a video game, man. So
Yeah, dude, we're living it up, man. I love it.
yeah. So one of the things I was gonna bring up too is, so like in the second game, they actually kind of like, cause so the second game came out around, let's see, I think season 5, and
Okay.
obviously you hadn't repaired yet since season 3, but what's funny is they kind of use some of the same plot line, I guess, for season 6, like like you basically just like that whole, kind of sorted out your life and things like that. But my thing is, like, I was waiting for like you to surface and have you fight Hawk again. It's kind of like, hey, those are the consequences of, especially like his season 4 arc and stuff like that. Were there any plans for you to come back up, like between season 3 and?
Yeah, no, I don't know. We like there was like some jokes because we were like, oh, what if Brooks came back with like a cleft lip? But I don't know. There wasn't really like anything like major that I was being like told, at least,
Right.
And by this time too, they were like, by the time season 3 came around, man, they were getting super tight with the script.
Mhm.
And then like, dude, on season 6, it was crazy. Like I was like, um, you know, I mean, it's good. It's obviously good because it's like it's important. It's like a lot of integrity to the story to protect it.
Right.
But yeah, no, yeah. So I just like never really got any word they were thinking of that. I mean, I know there was some times where I was like, oh, it'd been interesting to see what could have happened here if the character came back. But no, it's just this is kind of
Mhm.
how they shook it out. And I think they just like wanted to. Yeah, I think they had a lot of ideas to like generate new blood, and
Mhm.
I think they did it strategically because I think they wanted to try to build as big of a world as they could,
Right.
or universe as they could with the time they had,
Mhm.
and then this all it does is just open up these options for them later, right? So
Right.
I think that's kind of where their head was at. So instead of reusing an old bully or an old character in some parts, let's add some extra so that if we create more down the road, we have things to pull from. And
Mhm.
that's the way I took it, at least. And I feel like that's kind of the smart strategic approach to writing it, at least. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, there's things to do. But no, yeah, dude. Um, yeah, I remember being like, oh, cool. Like, this is like a PG way to kill off a character.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just have a ground and pound and then don't show his face and just presume that he had to go to the ER.
Yeah. Yeah, they even yeah, in the Cobra Kai video game too, they even have like your character like in the hospital and stuff like that too, or like waking up in the hospital and stuff like that, because that's how bad the beating was too. I'll have to send you that footage
Crazy.
as well. But no,
Yeah.
so speaking of season 6, and we talked about wrestling earlier, the guy you put to the table, was that meant to be like a choke slam or like a spine buster?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. They gave like I got to have like a full like wrestling catchphrase moment. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's
no, I
awesome.
think that's where they were going with it because Brooks never had like any training, and so it was
Right.
like, how did he learn to fight? What's like, stuff he saw on TV, which was like wrestling and football.
Yeah.
So that's totally like where I think that was all meant to be, was landing in the world of like WWE and stuff.
Yeah. Was that? Were you able to like have any input on that, or like, or is it just all them too? 'Cause I was like, man, that because I was rewatching that before I interview. And that was all you, right? That was all you slamming him through. There was no
Yeah,
stunt.
yeah,
Yeah,
they let me do my own stunts. Ooh, excuse me.
yeah, you're fine.
Big yawn, dude. They let me. I like back in season 1. I like advocated for that heavily and begged, and I was like, look at me versus the A-frame, right? Like
Yeah.
I can eat it. Like I want this. And I had done karate and jujitsu and kickboxing for years, and so
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
was, I had actual training, and I was just like on season 1. I was like, just let me get one, because they were very hesitant,
Right.
obviously, and just like, so let me try it one time, please, like, and see. And then I just sent it. Like we were in that. It was that fight with Johnny in the parking lot, like
Oh yeah.
episode 1, pretty much. And I just remember like throwing myself like twice as hard as I needed to, like into the car, or like flipping myself over, like like when I was getting kicked or like jumping, like I was just like, I gotta just like really let them know. I'm like, I just want this so bad. And then since then they were like, all right, cool. Like you got it. And that was really satisfying. So yeah, I was able to do my own stunts throughout the whole series, and that, and it was fun to do it there too. And
Right.
at this point too, a lot of these fights are so choreographed that it's like there's not a ton of input. It's just more like, hey, this is what you get to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, okay, that's great. So for me, it's like just you're given this thing, you're given this opportunity to do something, and so as the actor, usually, it's kind of I feel like it's our job to like bring it to life off the page, and the choreography helps, but you still have these opportunities to like do certain things, right? Like, so it was like I was just supposed to like slam him into the table, but there's other things that we were able to kind of like, add into like at least how the character moves that tries to bring it to life, right? So you try to operate within these parameters, and you find where you can take liberties. But yeah, no, dude. I mean, that fight was crazy. I was training for that one with the team, and I'm sure a lot of the fans know this, but the training is legit. Like we had a
Mm-hmm.
like workout before we even started, like doing the training and doing the choreography, and then the choreography was just crazy because it's like I learned that whole fight scene because even though you don't see my character in it, there
Right.
is like I'm moving around constantly, so I had to
Yeah.
know where everything was. And I just remember doing it, and it's like, wow, like this is truly top tier stuff, man. So it was really cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's real cool. Yeah, somebody said Forze says I let Bo hit me with the Triple H spine buster. Yeah, dude,
Let's
that it was so clean, man. That was like one of my favorite moments of that fight too. Just like the cinematography, just because like that guy got way up there, and just, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It was so
yeah.
good.
And shout out to that stunt homie. He was down. We had like put a bunch of there's like some trash bags under there that have like cushions in them, and so um and they had like the breakaway table, and he was just like, me and him talked about it, and I was like, hey, like, I can lift you up a little bit, whatever. And he was like, actually, I'm just gonna jump as high as I can, and if you can just guide me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't know where I'm gonna land, so you just guide me, make sure I land on the table. I'm gonna jump as high as I can. And so we like kind of collaborated, and it was like, it's cool. Like that makes it way better, right? Because you're trusting each other, and it's like I could have threw him. I could have threw. Of course, it wasn't, paying attention, right? So, but yeah, it really sells it, dude.
Yeah, it was so cool. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny too. We're talking about this because like so last year for my birthday, 2024, we
Mm-hmm.
because the Royal Rumble was always around my birthday, except for this year they moved it up. So we had a wrestling watch party. We all dressed up. Actually, because we had a few drinks in us. I actually had my friend hit me with the chair in the back, but it,
Sick.
it was all like it was all good and whatnot. But then we like did this stupid little video where I picked him up because I was CM Punk and he was Jeff Hardy. I hit the go to sleep on him. And I was like, count it, and then somebody like rushes in the frame and counts it 1, 2, 3. It was
Sick.
so funny. So, but yeah, and I'm gonna throw this question out too because this is from one of the fans of the channel, Blocky. He wants to know your thoughts on a Kenny versus Brucks dream fight.
Dude. Yeah, that's a good one. I think. I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I don't even know. I feel like these dream fights, like it's like I just feel like there's so much that could happen, and there's
Right.
so much to like think through. I'm like, I'm also just like the worst at these like
Oh, it's
type
all
of
good.
type of questions. But like, dude, that character is definitely like had a was was very intense. I remember it being like watching,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you can see like in season 3, like when Brucks fights like Hawk, it's like, all right, well, Hawk was too serious for Brucks,
Right.
and so it's like I think most of the time it's like, and I've always said this about the character, at least how I went into it, was like that Brucks thinks he's having fun,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like when the fights get serious, it's to him it's just like, whoa, nah,
Yeah.
dude, like what are we doing? I thought we were just like wrestling and playing and having fun. You're trying to like spin kick my head off. Not
Yeah.
not into this anymore.
Right.
you know? So yeah, I mean who knows, right? But yeah, I mean, maybe if it depends too, right? Like I always joked, I was like, I'd love to be a part of like, early Eagle thing when they
Oh
were just
yeah,
out in the park, doing yoga.
yeah,
But no, yeah, I mean, maybe if he had some actual training, he could have done better. But yeah, I don't know. I think that would be the outcome of most of those fights, where it's like, oh, these other characters are so serious, life or death serious about this.
hmm
He's always just been like more lighthearted. So
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, that's like a recurring thing on my channel too. A lot of people ask me to do like dream matchups and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, like the way I see it too, it's basically like speed versus strength. Because Kenny has the speed, and of course, Brucks has the strength and whatnot. But if you could pick some dream opponents, who would be some of your opponents? Like, if they say, "Hey, we're giving you free reign for Brucks to fight anybody," who would be
yeah,
some of your dream picks? Be
dude, yeah, I think it would be interesting to do a like just because they're buddies. I think it'd be interesting to do a Kyler and Brooks
okay.
matchup.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it would be. I'm into it for the comedy, and so this is gonna come off silly, but I think it'd be funny if Brooks like fought a girl, like seriously fought like one of the girl
Yeah.
characters, and then they just like, you know, kicked his butt. But like whatever, I feel like that could be pretty just funny more than anything. Um, and I think like I don't know. I think I always thought it was interesting because I always thought and it's like Brooks was like a little old for everyone else. Like, it was always kind of joked about that maybe he was like a year or two behind in school.
Yeah.
And so having him fight like kind of what I feel like is like an equivalent to that is like a stingray would
Oh,
be
I see. Yeah.
interesting. And both characters have like similar stature and stuff. So I was like, maybe that would be cool. And they're both kind of like their own kind of like low-fi type of guys. Like Stingray is like very serious in his own way, and then Brooks like not so much, just kind of like a fried doofus sometimes. But
Yeah.
yeah, that would be a fun one.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely some good picks for sure. So I got a final question. But like I said before, open invitation for you to come back, man. This was a lot of fun. So I hope you
Yeah,
hope you
yeah,
enjoyed it as
love to.
well. Um, what do you think Brooks is doing post season 6, part 3?
Dude. Yeah, MIT.
Mm-hmm.
Like a um. Yeah, I think he's just like going about his life, and he's like an example of like one of the there's a lot of there's a lot of like kids especially that like that do anything when they're in high school, and maybe they're good at it, maybe they're not, but then they just like that's a part of their high school identity, and they move on, right, and they go and just start a life. And
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just an example of that. Like he's just a normal dude, so it's like it's like even made the joke, I think, like played karate games, when karate prices or whatever.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just like I think he realizes like, oh, okay, I was in high school being silly and like got my butt kicked and like whatever.
yeah,
And it's just the same with like you might have like a varsity quarterback who like was like crushing it, and everyone's like, well, he's gonna be a first round draft pick, and he just like instead goes off to you know do whatever blue collar job and raise a family. That's like super cool and respectable in my opinion. So it's
yeah.
like yeah, maybe something like that's happening. He's just gonna go fix washers and dryers and whatever, reminisce.
Well, what's funny though is that technically you would be going down the same route as Mr. Miyagi, because Mr. Miyagi was a maintenance man.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. And then imagine Brooks trying to teach somebody to catch a fly with chopsticks. Yeah,
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 that'd be pretty crazy, huh?
yeah.
Uh,
Show me choke slam. You're just like
right,
practicing
yeah,
in the back.
show me chokeslam. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely, dude. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that'd be insane.
yeah.
Um, Dude, side note, I like what they did with the CGI and stuff, and kind of brought him
Oh
back.
yeah,
It was really cool, man. That was really cool. I think they did a pretty like honorable job at it too. I feel like, he's not rolling over in his grave at that. I feel like that was really nice.
right.
Um,
Yeah.
I
No.
feel like, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, go for it. I just was rambling.
Yeah. I will say this too. I think you'll like this last picture I'm going to show you. So I've actually cosplayed as Miyagi before too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me see. Let me share my screen again. Oh, that's settings. Uh, and this was the first time I met Ralph.
Oh, sick. Oh my
Yeah,
God, dude, that's really good.
thank you.
That's awesome, dude.
And then there's me with both Ralph and Billy. Actually, it was Miyagi this past weekend. I was at this convention my friend runs, and I had like a booth set up and stuff. So I was just just hanging out and whatnot. So it was a lot of fun, and yeah. And if we ever meet in person, man, I'll definitely have to get you one as well. So the funny story, Ralph was the first one that I gave a hand drum to, as far as like the hand drum from the Karate Kid Part 2.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would order these hand drums in, right, and I would paint or draw and paint the Miyagi logo on them and whatnot too, and I give him
Wow.
the first one. So Ralph has one, Billy has one, Peyton has one, Sholo has one, Jacob has one, Hannah has one, Gianni, Vanessa has one too. So yeah, if we ever meet up, man, I'll definitely get you one as well.
Dude,
So
yeah, that'd be so sick,
yeah,
dude.
so
I had to ask like to see Peyton or Jacobs. I end up seeing them all the time, dude.
yeah.
And yeah, dude, I try to get worst case. I'll just try to get a picture with theirs. I send it to you.
Oh,
But
dude, that would be cool, man. Yeah, because it was yeah. Peyton was so sweet because I met a lot of them last year here in San Antonio, which was a Big Texas Comic Con. So all the names I just mentioned, they were there.
nice.
And yeah, she was really appreciative too, and like they're all really cool, man. I'm glad to say I've
Yeah,
never had like a bad experience with the Cobra Kai cast, so
yeah, dude.
it's been a lot of fun. So, but
Yeah,
Bo,
everybody's chill, man. Yeah, that's why I liked it too. It's like a family on set. Everybody was super chill, you know.
yeah, man, for sure. Bo, dude, thank you again so much for taking time out of your day. But before we say goodbye, anything you want to plug, and where can they find you on social media?
Yeah. Check me out. I am on social media. It's Bo Ryder Mitchell. It's my name on Instagram. You can find me there. And definitely, watch The Line if you haven't yet. Really, really proud of that one. That's a fun watch on Hulu right now. And yeah, just keep stringing Cobra Kai. Let's get a Cobra Kai marathon going. I think there's more to come in the future. As to what it is, who knows? But I know that that I would say that the writers and the actors and the team and the producers, they're very appreciative of the fandom, and so they're not going to let you guys down. So just keep it alive, and I know they got some more stuff in store.
Exactly, man. It's like the saying goes, Cobra Kai never dies. So,
So,
uh,
yeah, there you go.
yeah. Also, one last comment from the chat. Blendism.407 says, Bo, you're the best, man. Thank you for this. W podcast both to you, Stryfe and Bo. So appreciate it. So
Hey,
yeah,
thank you. We'll take the dub.
yeah,
Appreciate that, dude.
exactly.
Right on, man. Well,
Yeah, well,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Good night.
Yeah, you too, man. It was a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, that was Bo Mitchell, man. Another great conversation. Another great interview, man. Super super fun. Definitely gonna have to have him back, just mainly because like I had no clue that he loved anime and wrestling too. There's so many things we can kind of talk about there. So, but yeah, guys, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I will keep you guys posted for what's going on next. I'm still gonna be working on some other interviews that I'm editing and also kind of getting in the background as well, and also now the new what if video and whatnot. So, but yeah, appreciate everybody that's tuned in for making this possible. So you guys stay beautiful, stay awesome. Catch you around next time.